Hello everyone, welcome to IELTS Juice. Let's start assessing a report today. Well, this is a rather short rubric. It says the graph below shows different sources of air pollutants in the UK from 1990 to 2005. Okay, I see. Sources of UK air pollutants in million tons and 1990 to 2005. The word ton with spelled like T-O-N-N-E-S is a metric unit. It means exactly 1,000 kilograms. But the word ton, T-O-N, is an imperial unit, and it means a little bit more than 1,000 kilograms. IELTS will not penalize us because IELTS is not physics. So ton or tons, both variations are fine. However, to be on the safe side, the word is already there. I mean, it's highly recommended that we follow the words on the visual given. So it's a good idea, guys, to just focus and write exactly what has been given to us. So if I were here and I wanted to write a report based on this visual, I would spell all my tons in T-O-N-N-E, singular or with S plural. And let's move on. Oh, there are air pollutants, million tons again, yes. Oh, what's this one? Oh, it's a total air pollutant. Oh, pollutants that went down. Another important thing is that it's all in the past. So my grammar is going to be all simple past tense. And this one, transport didn't change much. Industry also decreased. And the last one, household decreased, but it has been, it went through the least amount of change. Okay, let's see what the report has to offer. The three sources of fumed gases. The word gases, I know if you look it up in a dictionary, you see gas is uncountable. But when you say gases, that means that different types of gases, different names, you know, hydrogen is a gas, helium is a gas, xenon, that's also another gas. So that meaning of gases refers to the different types of gas. But what I don't know is fume is something else. Like when you weld a piece of iron to another piece of iron so that they stick together, there might be some fume coming off it. And fume is composed of different gases. So I don't know why it's called, why are we going to use fumed gases here? I wouldn't use this. It's not wrong, but it doesn't make sense in this. I mean, this is not a good choice of word. It doesn't make sense in this report. Polluting the air in the UK in the period of 1990 to 2005 is compared. The three sources are compared. And yes, present simple because they are compared now. That's what we are doing. But then the data always goes back to past tense. So it's not like they were compared in the past. No, we have gathered all the data, and now we're here and we are comparing them, but the events are all in the past simple tense form or grammatical structure. In the given line chart, that's very good. We always acknowledge what type of visual is given to us. Overall, it is abundantly clear, beautiful word, beautiful structure, that during the 15 years, okay, something funny, guys, look at the years 1990 to 2005, and if you also look at the chart, you see we have data for 1990, and we have data for 2005, right? So if you go ahead and calculate, it actually is 16 years, not 15 years. But as I just mentioned, IELTS is not physics, neither is it mathematics. It's not a factual error. Even to be honest, guys, I don't think the examiners will pay attention to this. So that is totally fine. But if you really want to be careful about what you write, in reality, in solid mathematical terms, that is actually 16 years. Anyway, total air pollutants were decreased. Okay. While the majority of greenhouse gases were originated, okay, greenhouse gases originated from. Why, you may ask? Because originate is an intransitive verb when we want to say that it comes from the origin. So if we're talking about the origin of something, we use originate as a verb, but in the intransitive format. The transitive meaning of originate is not very useful for us IELTS candidates and English learners. It is for already native speakers or those who are already residing in an English-speaking country and they want to go to a bank and the bank might originate a loan for them. And that meaning is not related to us. So for us, originate is intransitive. So we cannot use it in the passive format. So let's delete where. So originated from industry in the entire survey. In the entire survey, households were minor responsible, were not mainly responsible, or were minimally responsible. I don't need an adjective and another adjective together. This needs to be modified. So another error in vocabulary for producing these contaminants. That's good. That's good. I see greenhouse gases. I see fume used incorrectly, but I can see that. Pollutants, contaminants. I like that. Abundantly. I love the range of vocabulary I see here. If we look at the total air pollutants, we can see, all present simple, that in 1990, 7 million tons of pollutants were emitted into the air. Now that's, you see, that's very good control over the tenses. So the report completely knows when to use present simple and when to use past simple. Although this, and look at this, another important grammatical point. We use the structure while. Now we're using although. Although this amount was, although this amount remained, another intransitive verb that cannot be used in the passive format or passive voice. Remained almost stable from 1990 to 2002. The figure reached, no preposition please, reached about half of the initial amount. What does it mean, the half? Like there's a half that I know or I should know, and the other half is not half. It might be a quarter or 2/3. You see how funny it gets when you actually say the half. Like the other one is not a half. The other one is larger. Or you might say, no, it's the half that is more important. I'm okay with it, but I need to have the description before that. But there is no information, so it's just a simple half. You see, this is what I just initially I told you guys. to be loyal to the vocabulary that IELTS presents. So this is good. We type it in the exact format. Sorry, we're here. The industry was the main sector which produced the main gases. I still don't like this. With almost 5.5 million tons in 1990. That is the accurate use of comma. It is a bracketing comma, but because there is no other parts of the sentence towards the end, and then the sentence ends with a full stop or period, that is both the second bracketing comma and the full stop. So we just need one comma, and that's all. We don't need to put another comma next to a full stop. From 1993 to 1996, comma, good, this is the subject, the numbers significantly decreased to about 3 million tons. And then continued, this is extra, continued to dip slowly to the final 2 million tons. Good. Looking at the domestic sectors, we observe that the figure fluctuated between just below 1 and just above 0. However, in the whole study, the gases released from transport sectors, again, remained unchanged at about 1 million tons. Okay, good. So I noticed one grammar mistake here. The report knows how to write the grammar, but doesn't know the full extent of it. And guys, this is an advanced grammatical point. It's not just some normal grammar. It is, it shows that the writer knows how this grammar works, but doesn't have 100% command over it. Okay, let's move on to our beloved assessment table. Yes. I don't have much to say about task achievement because the comparison was correct. The information was there, and it was presented clearly, and it actually basically covered all the requirements of the task. About coherence and cohesion, my paragraphing is fine, by the way. The referencing is also fine. The errors that you saw, specifically about the half that I told you about, it's not about referencing because half is clear. So it doesn't affect the referencing part, but it's more related to vocabulary. So the score goes under vocabulary. To improve coherence and cohesion, only the arrangement of data, the organization could be sequential. Yeah, it's completely logical. I understood every part, every element was addressed and then covered. I totally understood that part. Maybe the report needed a final paragraph that says, yeah, this is the first one is this, the second one is this, and the third one was that. It's very hard for me to say anything beyond this because, guys, there are a lot of ways that you can approach this. So don't just listen to what I'm saying here. I'm just showing you the guidelines. The execution is the most important part, and that is challenging. Lexical resource, as I told you, I love the range, but there was some inaccurate use of words. Normal words had less accuracy than the uncommon words in comparison. In no area did I see any problem with my understanding. I understood everything, but the errors were the number of them were quite significant. So it doesn't go beyond 6, and it doesn't drop to 5. And as for grammar, everything was nice. This would have been a 7 if it weren't for the final inaccuracy in use of advanced grammatical point. Because if you, instead of ed, you use ing, instead of released, you say releasing, the meaning changes, and that is that may affect the understanding of the essay, of the report here. So again, it reduces communication, but it doesn't damage the communication entirely. Anyway, guys, I really enjoyed reading this report, and I hope you also enjoyed looking at how it was written. It's a very good example. It deserves 6.5. That's a very good score. And remember, as always, this is a report as a representative of the writer. You may write essays as your representatives or letters as your representatives, but you must make sure that they do their jobs well. So study well. Have a lovely day ahead.